This is a Headgum original.
Right?
Okay.
Come on, guys. No, it's a celebratory song, but this isn't a celebratory day. This is a post-mortem on our Mets.
Our
Mets.
And it wasn't
I've never
the
been
end
more
that we
ashamed
all
to
wanted.
root for this sorry-ass franchise. # Mets are gonna Met. I can't believe I ever got into this fucking shitty-ass team. They're not able to make the fans proud. They did take a dump on Dodger Stadium. 4 losses. We're not even competitive. How are you going to call yourself a team of destiny, then come up short like that? Lindor's bad at his job, to me, today.
I just think it's cool that I decided
Holy shit.
this season I was going to get into the Mets. Forgot to watch all the games. Didn't watch any of the playoffs. And now here we are. But
You
I
are
called it.
frozen.
I was like,
And
this
I
would
don't
have been...
mean just
you
on the
are
Zoom.
frozen.
You are frozen, and I
Okay.
don't mean just on the Zoom.
But
You're
we can
frozen
hear you.
with a lot of projects
How
that
about
you're
now?
going to get done on the side that you
You're
paralyzed
back.
yourself at with self-doubt and
I just-
lack of
Absolutely.
energy
Here-
towards.
This would have been the season for me to get into it, and I kind of forgot. But I was going to, and this would have, and I chose the Mets, and I was going to get into it, and then I didn't. So
This
it's
was
kind
the
of-
season I did
saving-
get into baseball and the
Yeah.
Mets
Yeah.
in April. Amir tried
I
to accuse me of stolen valor. He tried to minimize my knowledge of the Mets. I have an understanding of the history and the current roster. All right. I have never felt this much joy towards. Sorry. Even chuckles are interrupting. I have never felt this much joy towards a team since the 2016 Cavs and the 2015 Cavs.
What about the Rangers?
The Rangers are garbage water to me. They're dirty. They're the dirty water that dirty water dogs come from. Does that make sense? Basically, it's about our Mets, the amazing Mets.
But hockey season's back. You're fine.
Sorry. We're trying to have a post-mortem over these Mets. A post-Metdom, right?
I know, but
Because the
just look
fandom
on the
knows no bounds.
Bright side. You can just
Look,
move
the
on to the
bright
other
side
team
is that we
you
have a good
decided you liked.
future. All right, we have Lindor on contract for how many more years? 5? Like, there's things to build around here. We found some diamonds in the rough. Mark Vientos is a fucking postseason hero. We're watching the birth of Mets Nation. We're watching a superstar in the making. He was
I would agree.
nervous for the first wild card game. By the end, he hit a fucking grand slam and he set the Mets record for RBIs in a postseason. I mean, how fucked
Totally.
up is that?
It's fucked up.
It's probably at the end of the line for Pete Alonso with the Mets.
Do you feel
would-
that way? I
would
wonder if
guess.
he, it's a good
He's
way
old,
for him to go.
man. He's
He's
old.
30.
That's old in baseball, buddy.
There's so many more people on the team that are way older than 30.
Yeah,
You're not questioning fucking
You're declining
Candelita on the
over.
because he made a song. Because Candelita made a song, he had the Pitbull remix. You're not gonna get rid of fucking Jose. Jose, go away.
Well, what's his contract? Is it
I think
almost
it
up?
was. I think it's up.
Okay.
I think it's no more in the future. But chemistry is something. Lindor is saying that these guys are gonna call each other in decades, in ways, right? Because they've made inroads in the
Yeah.
Mets, right? So I'm like, the chemistry is partially what got them here.
Mhm.
You gotta believe Casey would text me, and I
would
did.
text.
The
It
fans
ain't
did.
over
And it never was until it was last
until it
night.
was. It was over.
And I was
at
pretty
some point.
disappointed to see.
Yeah.
The Dodgers owner tried to be like, hats off to the Mets, but he also was kind of patronizing because guess what? We took them 6 games. We almost took them 7. So I don't know if he kind of calculated that into the fact that we're worthy of their respect.
Almost took them 7.
Sorry?
It was 10-4 in the 7th inning.
10-4, roger that. No, there were other games, though, where it could have gone either way in a way until
Not really.
it became like a runaway. Victory.
Yeah, there was no lead changes. First team to
Amir,
score.
were you
usually just
there
were
rooting
leech
for the Mets,
changes
or
because
were
I feel
you
like Amir's trying to capitalize off of the shit.
were you
I-
Dodgers the whole time? Because you
So I
would pull
grew
me
up-
aside in the office, going, "So
Yeah.
who are you voting, or who are you voting for? Are you voting for
Yeah. Are you voting for the
Dodgers? Are you
Dodgers or
voting for
Hillary?
the Mets?" And
Because
I
you tried to
said-
campaign towards me for Kennedy.
Yes, exactly. The third party candidate, the Cleveland Guardians. So I grew up a Dodgers fan in LA.
Mhm.
Then I stopped watching baseball from 1999 to 2024. So I don't really have any Dodgers allegiance. Then I made a big bet on the Mets to win the World Series in like September. It was 50 to 1.
Okay.
$200
How much
to
money?
win
How much
10
money?
grand. I would have won
Oh.
$10,000. So
That
I'm like,
sucks.
I'm all in on the Mets. I could have sold it
You're
against
not-
the Brewers. They came
Would be
back and
amazing,
won.
Mets.
Could have sold it against the Phillies. No, they came back and won. It's improbable. They're the underdogs, but maybe they can beat the Dodgers. So I was rooting for them in every game. And I even went to game 2,
I saw that.
rooting against the home team,
Incredible game.
won that game.
Yep.
And it felt, oh my God, this is an improbable sports story. It's going to end with the Phillies, the Dodgers, the Yankees. The Mets taking all 3 of those down to completely change their reputation. But it didn't happen.
Yeah,
I think
I
they
was-
changed their
How
reputation.
the cookie crumbles.
Okay, but silver lining, hockey season's back. So
I don't know what that is, but the
just
real
put
question
some
now
money
is
on any team, and then you'll be into that one.
now we're
The Amir
talking.
way. Yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah.
kind of I've been ironically enjoying the Utah Hockey Club. There's a
Yeah.
professional NHL franchise called the Utah Hockey Club. I don't know if you guys
They're
know
new.
that, but the
I do
Phoenix
know that.
Coyotes moved to Utah. They didn't have
Yeah.
a name, so they just call
Yeah.
themselves the Utah Hockey Club. Oh, what are
I
you
think
watching
they're
tonight?
still-
Utah
they're gonna
Hockey
get-
Club is playing
they're-
the Winnipeg
I
Jets.
think they're gonna
yeah, the
have a
Hockey
different
Club are
name.
playing the
They're
Kraken.
gonna
I'm
have a
watching
different name.
I think
the
it's
Ducks
temporary.
versus
When
Hockey
Amir
Club.
talks over
Kind
you,
of-
Anya, you never accuse him of misogyny. It's because he signs your checks. Because I don't sign your checks. We're just friends, right?
To be
We're
fair,
not just
Amir
friends.
was already talking, and Anya tried to interrupt, but
Casey,
Amir
leave the Zoom.
powered through.
Casey,
When
leave the
Casey
Zoom.
accuses
Thank
you.
you.
Of cutting Amir
Reverse
off,
misogyny.
you
Oh
never say,
my
reverse
God.
misogyny is when I tell Amir, when I try to chime in.
Oh,
my
man, God.
So the real question still remains: do Mets fans root for the Yankees and have hometown
Absolutely
pride,
not.
or do they root for the
Absolutely
Dodgers
not.
to
Wait,
beat
I
the
have something to
Yankees
say.
because they hate
I have
the
something to say.
Yankees?
I have something to say about the Yankees. So
Yeah.
I didn't watch any of the games, as we know. I didn't want to hop on in the playoffs because then I'd be accused of being a pink hat fan or whatever.
correct, yes.
No,
Basically,
no,
like,
I was trying to
you went
get
to the
Anya
women's
to
Yeah,
watch
but
watch.
once
you're
in
allowed to do that, but
2017, and
as
then you
a
never
woman
kept
that does
the
that,
cause
I'd
up.
be
Exactly
accused
right.
of being a pink hat fan.
That's
So
what
I
I
was
know how
pushing
that
really
works.
hard for
Here's the
Anya
thing.
to get into the Mets
I know.
for the past few weeks. She almost,
I was also saying-
she almost got it, but
Yeah.
Okay. However, I watched the Yankees game. Aaron Judge?
do not do this, Anya.
No, fuck this guy.
Pretty
He's
good.
tall.
You're not a
Tall,
pink
Do not do
out
this,
of
Anya.
water.
fan.
6'8" or something?
You're
I
a
saw,
pink
I said,
I mean-
slip fan. When people get
Not my
fired,
thing.
you are joyful. You're a pink slip
That's
fan.
true. I've been rooting for you to receive one for years now.
Soto, free agent.
Whoa. This is a good question.
Rumors are already
Now-
swirling. The
About
Yankees
Aaron?
best player might go to the Mets next
Juan
year.
Soto.
He's not
I think
going
they
to.
got
Is it
him.
Aaron?
I think
The,
they got
Mets
him.
are going to offer him the most money, and he's still not going to leave the Yankees. I
Why
think he
are we
likes being in
talking
that
about How
clubhouse.
hot Aaron Judge is.
Yeah, he's
he's
like a
definitely big and strong.
Chiseled man.
He's not
yeah.
even the hottest baseball
don't-
player.
Yeah, I was going to say
On
he's
the
not the hottest.
Yankees, he is.
He's not
and
the hottest on the
tallest.
Yankees. Giancarlo Stanton's the hottest on the Yankees.
I don't know who that is.
Interesting.
Exactly
He's also
right.
like a 6'9".
He's the same body,
guy.
if not better, and his face is nicer to see.
Holy shit.
And he brings people to their
Is
knees.
hot for these baseball players.
They're the hottest
okay.
uniforms.
Now
Come
that baseball
on.
season
No
is
way.
over.
The Dodgers have a great uniform.
Oh no, I don't mean the design of the Yankees
No.
uniform. I mean the fact that all these like pants are see-through to have
Oh, sure.
shirt because the shirts
What
also
would
show
be
off their ass.
everybody's
Yeah.
here's
Yes, Anya?
what would be everybody's here's walkout music?
That's a really good question.
Mm.
Let's start with your ass because guess what? It's like when someone's like, "Oh, I need a volunteer," and then like somebody like holds their friend's hand. That person's gonna get picked because they're an asshole. They're a fucking asshole. Why don't you say
I
what
don't
your
think
song
this-
is, ass?
Okay. I have a lot of thoughts. It could be a lot of things.
Okay.
The song by the Georgia. Hold on, let me play it. Give me a second.
I could go while Anya's working on this.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay. So there, I didn't have an answer ready, so now I'm scared. But I think there could be a couple things. There's "Killing Machine" by Judas Priest,
Okay.
which I think would be cool. And a weird choice, kind of out of left field, would be "Feeling Good" by Nina Simone. Really good,
And
kind
I'm
of like
feeling
like a good like entrance
good.
song, and no one would really pick that for a baseball game. Next,
Yep.
anyone?
Oh, I thought you were going to keep listing them. You said you had a couple. Next. Let's hear your
That's
next
two.
one.
A couple is two. So
Would those two songs be
Getting me on a
situational?
technicality.
Like if you are if you're coming up to bat and it's
Mhm.
a real clutch situation, you got runners on second and third. There's 2 outs. You got a Anya batting for the Mets. Anya Kanavskaya walks up to the plate. Which song would you want in that situation? Is it the Nina Simone?
I think Nina Simone would be like in the 9th. We're already winning. Bottom of the 9th, like we got it.
Okay, we've lost
Freezing again, yeah.
For sure. For sure.
you for shirt.
For shirts.
All right. Well, it couldn't have been that interesting.
Am
Let's
I
go
back?
on to Casey.
For me,
I have 12 songs. Permission to play them all in order, in full,
In kind, in earnest, in ears.
in utero.
That's really good. Casey?
now I
Or
know
should I
you
say
play
China.
what?
What?
Your nickname is China.
Since
Never.
when?
Like a couple weeks
Lucky
ago.
Casey.
That's also kind of good and racist.
It's not. but-
Casey, what's your walkout song? You're holding up the whole show.
No, oh my god! I know you play it on this show from time to time, but I think there it is. Now batting.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Isn't that from Major League?
Bat to the
No,
bone.
that's that you're thinking of
Wild.
Wild Thing, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good.
Which is also pretty cool.
But Bad to the Bone, I think, is really funny.
I think that's really good. Amir?
Cut the sleeves off my jersey.
Okay, now we're cooking with gas. You have a whole fucking aesthetic to the shit.
Oh yeah.
Sleeves off the jersey, refuses to wear a helmet.
Yeah, although in this scenario, you'd have to play for like a single A team, like the Gainesville Fuckers or whatever.
Yeah. I'm playing for the Gainesville Fuckers. I cut the sleeves off my jersey. I refuse to wear a helmet. Instead, I wear a bandana. Yeah.
That's really good.
Begging for
yeah.
a concussion.
And when you like lean into your batting stance, which would be weird, by the way,
Yeah.
it kind of flashes like a whale's tail. And that's like part of it. Like all the fans also start wearing thongs.
Yeah.
What's your walkout thong? Amir! What's your song, man? Let's get into the groove of this shit, New York or otherwise.
So I'm more of like a pinch runner than a batter. But if I come out there, imagine just fucking
Yakety
bottom of the
sax.
7th,
Yeah.
down 2,
And it
runners
becomes
in
this
scoring.
song.
I'm not done.
Emma just walked in. Give me a look like, don't hurt me.
Jaundiced ears, hear this
No.
show, often blear.
As you walk out to be a
brand
pinch
new
runner.
stew. It's called G. Eat blue chew for your pee. I can tell that we are gonna be fiends.
And it goes right into a fucking suicide squeeze.
That's
when
really
the
good.
batter sort of bunts the ball and the player from third is trying to steal home at the same time. The bunt lord lures the catcher off the plate and letting me, the pinch runner, sort of scramble.
You've reached your limit on talking. Shut the fuck up.
That's
My
done that so many
walkout
times,
song
and
would
it's
be
funny every time.
Yeah,
This
funny
is my
'cause that happened
walkout
to me.
song.
What if he did it to you?
Now batting for the New York Mets, number 0.
Anya 0.
Strike 2, strike 3.
I've been in the box this whole time. That's Winged Hussars, a Lithuanian folk song from my mom's side of the family. Because
Very
yeah,
cool.
your boy's half.
I have a question. Has anyone ever walked out to like the good, the bad, and the ugly themes music?
probably.
What is wrong with your Wi-Fi?
I don't know.
I think
feel
like
fix
The
it.
company
Like
should
a-
pay for you to have fiber.
a coyote, I believe, chewed on her wires.
It was a rat.
It was a rat.
That's
I
so
called
funny.
T-Mobile and they said rats chewed on our wires in our neighborhood.
No, my real walkout song I think would be Jet by Wings.
Hell yes, brother.
And then everybody would the fans would start to realize that when I'm walking up is supposed to go, Geoff!
That's so good.
Yeah.
How are they going to realize it?
Wow.
Are you going to turn and look at the crowd and yell that?
No, I think they would have the guy in the orange glasses at Citi Field be like, Geoff! And then the whole crowd would get it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I would
What song
bat
is that?
third, I want to say. It's Jet by Wings. I already said
You're
that.
not
How does
not
it go?
you're
I
not
don't know.
batting
It goes,
third, buddy.
Jet! I can almost remember their funny faces. That one?
I don't know what that is.
It's like, Jet! Ooh, Geoff!
That's really good, actually.
I think you would bat eighth.
Fuck!
You're the guy that was expected to get out. You're not ninth because they kind of want the ninth batter to
To have
get on
something to
base
tee up
the
for Lindor, yeah.
Exactly.
I would say I'm actually more of an Alvarez type because Alvarez literally just swings at everything. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's kind of what I would do is I got to hit one of these fuckers. There's no way there's that much strategy. Add hobbies to your life on a continuing basis. Continued education, more like continued joy. I feel like people limit themselves after 26, that it's I've never really been a baseball fan. I can't get into it now because I'll be accused of skullduggery, scumbaggery, haggis baggus. I'll be accused of stolen valor like Amir did to me, right? But I'm powering through the haters, right?
Yeah,
And I'm getting...
I actually have something to say about this idea,
Mm,
if I can.
okay.
If you're
Rebuttal
done.
time.
Casey's druthers.
It's not a rebuttal. It's more of a I encourage this.
Encouragement time.
Yeah, you can get into baseball. You can get Anya should have gotten into baseball when I was this is really the middle of September. It was already the playoffs basically for the Mets. They had to win every game. That's the time to get in and watch. And if anybody is you're not a real fan, those guys are the most annoying people anyone has ever met in life.
He's pointing
So
right
why
at
do
Jeff.
you? I'm kind of trying to point at Amir.
What's that?
So what do you care what those guys think, If you want to watch baseball, and if someone's oh, you're not a real fan, they can burp in a helmet.
Whoa, is that real?
That's not why I didn't. By the way, it's not really why. It's too many games. Not
Continue,
enough time.
Casey.
Ooh.
I finished.
really bad timing.
True.
I think this Casey's right. And that's what, Jeff, you're going to get into this, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, or do you
Get
want
into
us
what?
to kind of
Get into what?
new hobbies now that you're done with baseball and that kind of became a
Well,
personality?
are you going to
for
watch
Vince?
the World Series, Jeff?
You have to pick a new
I
personality.
might.
to
I feel like it's a really boring World Series. I don't
Who
really
are you going
care.
to root for?
That's insane.
You think, okay, I get that it's the two fucking faces of the
It's
league
going
going
to be
up
the
against each other.
highest rated World Series in
Yeah, it'll
in
be
over a
highly
decade.
rated. I find it to be boring subjectively, right?
Because the Mets
Christ.
aren't in it.
Because the Mets aren't in it and the Guardians aren't in it. All right, the Guardians are my AL team. The Mets are my NL team.
Mhm.
Neither made it. I was hoping one of the two. I didn't want it to be Guardians.
But you're
Mets.
an
I didn't
LA
want it-
and a New York guy.
not Yankees. Also,
So
the
root
Dodgers
for
are
the
fucking
Dodgers.
boring, dude. They
The
I don't like the
Dodgers are
Dodgers.
boring.
Dodgers
Shohei
fans are
Ohtani,
annoying.
the greatest show on earth.
I haven't gotten deep enough into baseball to just appreciate baseball history, right? I am a Mets fan first, a Guardians fan second.
It's not
and
baseball history. Shohei is currently playing. He's going to be in the World
He's
Series
making the
on
history.
Friday.
They're the 50-50 season or whatever. Or was it a 60-60 season? No, it's 50.
It was almost 60-60.
What I like
So-
about Shohei Ohtani is that they do ads for skincare now at the Dodgers games. That's
Yeah.
fun for me.
why do
And
they
if you
do
want,
that?
if you're looking for a cute baseball player, Shohei Ohtani right there.
not
Better
really
looking guy than Aaron Judge.
No,
for sure.
he looks bad.
That's insane and maybe racist.
No, it's not racist at all. Yoshinobu, right? It's Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Yeah.
Yes. I shouldn't. The racist thing is that I second guessed myself. I knew his name. He's hotter than Ohtani, 100%.
No, sorry.
Yes.
No offense to Yamamoto.
Okay, Ohtani's like his face looks like a baby's. Yoshinobu has the fucking jawline of a champion, and someone
I disagree.
Okay.
So what's going to be your personality for the next 6 months or so, Geoff?
It's a good question.
I guess you could hop on the Knicks bandwagon or something.
Yeah, you've hopped off the F1 bandwagon, and that's still going on for.
I was
the next
never
month or
really
so.
on it that much.
Uh-huh.
I didn't make it
Yeah.
like I was watching Formula One. I was a fan. I wasn't making it my personality though. You know, the
Sure.
Mets are the only thing that's brought me joy this year in a lot of ways because it's been
Yeah.
chemically hard.
Yeah.
But maybe like something outside of sports.
Cars maybe car meetups. I feel like could be fun. Is like
Mhm.
you know, showing up with my tattered Tacoma that has like a dent in the fender from I think someone backing into it when I was parked on the side of a street. And I pull up to
Side
that
of
as
the
if I'm
street.
showing off something of note and talk to guys about like pistons and shit instead of going to therapy or starting Wellbutrin.
Well, true car fans at any car meetup would love to see any car. That's how I feel.
No, and people do like it's like a 2004 Tacoma. It's actually kind of awesome to have.
You could put hydraulics in the back of that. I've seen people do that with trucks.
No, I don't fucking know. What are you guys making your personalities about for the next chapter of your life as a young adult? Amir, that disqualifies you from answering.
Well, I picked up F1. I picked up car racing.
No, you're right. And also, you have racing in your family history
Yeah.
/ your genes in a way. And I don't mean like GENES. I mean like your denim is that of, you know, someone from the 70s who
Yeah, that's what I assumed you were
smoked
meaning.
Marlboro or Golds.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's cool though.
I'm gonna get into hockey.
Is that true?
What were you guys talking about?
I said I was getting into hockey and I was gonna root for the Bruins.
Why
Because
the
everyone,
Bruins? Oh,
because
fuck the
everyone in my life
Bruins.
that likes hockey likes the Bruins.
I'm
That's
a
right.
Rangers and or Islanders fan. I haven't chosen
The
yet.
or is really good.
Well, okay. Everybody's like, you're not from New York. You're not from New York. My mom's side of the family, going back generations, is from Long Island.
we
So
talked about this.
Yeah, it's
Right,
my
no, I know we have.
dad's from Long Island.
there you go. So, but my grandfather was a Mets and Yankees fan, right? So I got to choose.
We had this
Uh,
exact conversation on this show.
I
With
know.
probably
It's
this exact
following the
cast.
fucking thing. I wanted to be a Rangers fan, right? But there's no family
You've
lineage there.
already talked about this.
I said that my mom used to figure skate at the Nassau Coliseum.
No, you left that part out. But
So I should be an Islanders
Crucial.
fan by that metric. But I don't want to go there to see the games. I would
Yeah.
rather go to MSG, right?
Yeah.
That's a huge part of it for me is I'm like, I want to see this
'Cause-
shit in person. Yep.
you want a glad hand there.
I want to what?
Glad hand at MSG. You need to grease some palms, talk to some people, because that's your big.
Oh, yeah. Well,
That's
we
your
tried
wish
to do a live show of the Headgum podcast at Madison Square Garden. It didn't end up happening for whatever reason. I think it was like collusion or something. Like people were against the fact that I was racial.
Bye?
Sorry, I paused for too long. Biracial, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it'd be really funny to see Geoff courtside at a Knicks game.
Yeah, I'd love
There's
to
already
get to
that-
some level of success, even if I'm only in like one movie that does well and I'm at a bigger agency and I can sit in the CAA seats. That would be so funny to me.
Yeah, but when they do that, it's like you're there for a quarter, and that would also be really funny if you're like, you become a huge Knicks fan, just for the one quarter that you're going to be sitting courtside, and then you're done with them. After.
I mean, basketball, I'm still just a Cavs fan, and wherever LeBron plays, which is just going to be the Lakers for the rest of his fucking career. So, yeah.
Amir,
how are you feeling about Bronny? 17 points.
This is a full sports episode. Finally, something I could talk about.
I was just thinking. Go ahead.
Bronny isn't quite there yet,
right? But 17 points
because he was in
preseason.
high school a year and a half ago, and that's just not how it works for most people. But maybe
are you embarrassed by the Bronny of it all?
Casey, can you do that again, but do it in your best Sebastian Maniscalco impression?
I forget what he sounds like.
Oh God, you guys!
I'm not a purveyor of his content all that much.
He just sounds like a New York Italian.
Hey, are you embarrassed by
forget
the
it?
Bronny
Forget it!
of it
Forget
all?
it! Forget it! Forget it! Forget it! Let's just continue on. Yeah, it's about
many of
sports
your
and that.
Listeners, do you think love
relate to that.
sports really?
Maybe half. Who cares?
We're talking about a lot of different sports here, so
Not
there's something
really,
for
just
everyone.
kind of three.
We mentioned baseball. We're talking basketball. Touched
No
on
one's
hockey.
talking golf.
That's not
Watching
a real
golf.
sport.
Yeah.
Might be a fan. There might be a fan or two.
Yeah, well, they can go watch golf.
If you
then,
love
right?
golf,
Turn
sound
this
off
off.
in the
Watch golf.
comments.
If you love golf, go watch golf. Don't listen to this show, then, fucker.
Jesus.
Hell yeah.
With the baseball bat, really. Yeah. Real Warriors energy.
But Amir, are you feeling optimistic about the Lakers, or do you think it's another mid-season and it's kind of like, why are they even continuing down this path? Just cut everyone loose, send LeBron to the Mavericks or some bullshit, and then just start from scratch.
I'm feeling cautiously pessimistic about the Lakers. I'm intrigued and curious about what JJ Redick can do with the exact same roster.
And Natch, or whatever the fuck his name is. Nietzsche? The fucking guy. What's his name? Catch?
The fucking German philosopher, dude.
The fucking
guy who said God was dead. He's a starting four. Dalton Connect.
Connect, yeah. Do you think he's going to connect? Do you think he and Braun are going to connect on like an alley-oop or whatever?
Well, he's got some Kyle Korver in him. I know you appreciate that.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll end up being a Korver 3 machine for me. I think he ultimately is a preseason hero.
Yeah, well, you called him Nietzsche, so pardon me if I don't give a shit what you think.
His name is Dalton. You think he's ever going to be able to dunk it? I've been taking ketamine for my depression.
I'm on a horse tranquilizer, enough to put down Secretariat. So,
and it's making me tranquil.
Dunk.
Geoff, even though you tried to blow out our eardrums earlier, I can still tell that the things you're doing with that baseball bat sound awful and are getting picked up by your microphone.
You aren't frozen this time, but like you're speaking and your mouth is not moving on the video, but you're blinking. It's really hard to see.
I just feel like it's going to be really annoying for listeners.
Let's talk about cricket then. If we're going to talk about golf, you got to talk about the other boring sports, right? Hi, Eli. Let's fucking get into it, right? Fastest sport in the world, also known as Zestaputa.
Highlight?
Yep.
I saw a highlight clip recently where the guy threw the ball against the wall so hard the wall shattered.
Yeah,
Wow.
It's too fast. I don't think it's a sport. I think it's like violence at a certain point.
Yeah, that's kind
Do
of
you
how
follow
I feel about
House
football,
of Highlights?
honestly.
Nice. House of
Thank you.
Highlights.
Yeah.
Guys, do you run? Let's just keep talking about different sports.
I walk on a treadmill, but I suffered a hip injury a couple years ago skateboarding. So
I get
And
that.
that's actually a lesson in not taking up a hobby or even continuing your old ones past the age of 26.
yeah, you shouldn't.
Well, I didn't say they had to be physical. I mean, watching the Mets is not physical at all. And if anything, you just sit at a high top and drink,
Honestly,
biscuit flavored beer.
Baseball is my favorite sport to go see live. And I hate that they added the pitch clock because it sped up the game too much. I want to be at Dodger Stadium for 3.5 hours, not 2 hours.
It makes watching it on TV better. It makes being at the game worse for sure.
Yeah.
I went to 3 games at Citi Field this year, and It was great. I didn't end up going to a Dodger at all because I was out of town for some reason the week the Mets were in town. But Dodger Stadium's a great stadium. How many baseball stadiums have you guys all been to? I can start.
Yeah, you start.
You have nothing this episode.
Our live show. I'm going to plug it right now.
Nothing.
Our live show
You lose.
is on Monday. If you're listening to this, the day it came out, our live show in Brooklyn, if there are still tickets, there might be no tickets left, is on this coming Monday, October 28th at Littlefield in Brooklyn. So if you live in the New York City area, the tri-state area, or anywhere on the East Coast that has a train or tram or ferry or trolley that could get you to Littlefield on Monday, do it or don't. It'll not be recorded. It's a live special variety hour and a half to 2 hours version of the show. It will be well worth the $15 that it costs or not. And I've been to Progressive Field or Jacobs Field, as it was called
I've
before.
been to 7.
Can I finish, or did Beyonce have
I
one of the
assumed
best
you were going to
albums
say
of all time?
Progressive and City, and that was it.
I've been to Progressive. I've been to City. I've been to Dodger. I've been to Oracle. I've been to the Nationals Stadium. I don't know what it's
I want
called.
to go there. It looks like a beautiful stadium.
It's neutral. Everything in DC that just doesn't actually have any personality.
Mm.
And
Wow.
yeah,
Shots
right.
fired.
Oh,
it's crazy. I can't believe he said that. Dude,
That was a subtle dig at Kamala.
Yeah. Is
I've actually been
Kamala-
to 8 stadiums. Sorry,
What are the
I
other
forgot.
ones?
Wrigley Field. Wrigley,
Nice.
Camden Yards,
Of course. Oh, I've also
I
been to
don't-
Yankee Stadium.
Yankee Stadium, the old Yankee Stadium. I haven't been to new Yankee Stadium. City
Yeah.
Field, I've been to Dodger Stadium, where the Detroit one, where the Tigers play. I've been there.
Of
Comerica
course.
Park.
Comerica Park, that's right. And then whatever they call the stadium. Well, I've been to Marlin Stadium, so I guess 9. But they used to play in what was called Joe Robbie Stadium, but now I don't know what it's got. It might be the Hard Rock Stadium now. I don't know.
Definitely.
this is so boring.
What do you mean? It's like a pilgrimage.
This was your
You
this was
pitched
your
the Mets
idea.
Post-Mortem episode.
you-
Yeah.
I know.
slacked
and I'm
all of us and
regretting
said
it.
Mets Post-Mortem.
Yeah.
And it's
No.
becoming an Anya post-boredom.
That's really good. Post-sportsdom and post-boredom.
No, current, not post. I'm
Mid-boredom.
currently
I
bored.
get it, I get
Mid-boredom, Yeah.
Yeah.
So some people
I
mood
just thought
board,
we'd talk
you
about
mid
it a little
board.
bit. I thought it'd be like at the top of the hour, and then Jeff would have other things.
Jeff
kind of
would
ready.
have would have.
No, I plugged the show because I'm fucking knee deep in that shit, right? I had to write a whole fucking spoiler
Do you know
alert. I'm
Casey's gonna
cut
be
that
there?
out. What? You didn't tell me China was coming.
I texted you
No, you didn't.
in our Mets chat.
Okay,
I
I've
said,
been
Jeff.
focused on the fucking Amazins, right?
I'm like, Jeff, I'm going to New York. I'm going to be at the show, and maybe we could go see a Subway series. Yankees
You guys
versus
Oh,
can't
I
afford
thought
that.
you were saying if there was a Subway series that we should try and get tickets.
No, I'm going to be there, and I'll be there
Okay, I thought you were only going to come if they
during
made the
World
World Series. That's great. There's actually been a couple things. You know what? Yeah, I'll talk to you about this off air. But no, I'm like putting my whole fucking brown ass into this shit, right? My brown eye is the only thing that's
Okay,
guiding
all
me
right.
right now. And I'm I didn't have
Backwards.
time to figure out fucking, Yamley feud or whatever. It doesn't matter.
pretty
We
good.
can also
That's
just
pretty
whack.
good.
Different sweet
Should we
potato.
do
Like
that
we
right
interviewed
now?
1,000
Can we just
types
start?
of,
Really?
like,
That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it could be like a
Yeah.
fucking root vegetable off.
Yeah.
No, sometimes it's important to just have a fucking wax episode. I just did Go Touch Grass today.
That's
I guess comment on the YouTube video if you are a Go Touch Grass fan who doesn't hate me. I came with like a prepared list of tweets that I would have twat if I hadn't deleted my shit. And it was just bomb, bomb, bomb. And I thought they were kind of fun.
Them. I want to hear them.
Okay. Shout out Go Touch Grass, by the way. If you're a fan of this show and you haven't heard that one, you should go listen to it.
True.
If you like hearing Geoff bomb,
Sorry, shut the fuck up,
you'd
shut the
love
fuck up,
it.
shut the fuck up, shut the
Go.
fuck up, shut the fuck up.
Okay.
I was going to say no, not you, Anya. You're perfect.
Oh,
Here we go.
I can keep talking. Oh.
So the first one, I was saying that because it's a show about internet pop culture and being online. They basically summarize everything that happened that week on the internet so that you don't have to be on the internet. And so I was like, this is perfectly on theme. I deleted my Twitter in February. RIP.
Yeah. a lot of silence.
That's crazy that like he was, counting his followers all the way up until 10K, and then he bared ass on the damn
For all
thing.
to see.
True,
Yeah,
that
for
is
all to
funny.
see.
And all for ultimately
Not.
nothing at all, for it to not even exist anymore.
Comedy's not for the history books. It's for the now. Fucker.
Ram Dass kind of shit for Geoff.
Here we go.
CD
Tweet number
Rom.
one.
On brand.
Amir, shut the fuck up. This was tweet number one. It was it would be a
Oh,
photo of me
nice.
holding 2 loaves of homemade brioche, and the caption would be, "Is somebody gonna match my yeast?"
What's number 2?
Number 2 was gonna be a photo of me with Crackle and Pop, and the caption was gonna be "This and Snap."
I promise you, I will genuinely laugh at the first one. That is funny. I can't even hold it in. When you're on, you're on. So keep going.
Okay. The third one would be a photo of me holding my personal prescription for doxycycline, and it would say "This and the clap." The chlamydia joke. Okay,
And
this
they
would
didn't
be,
like these?
I didn't.
So
like,
this
I
one-
don't get the format of that one, but
It's a parody of This and Yap, which is like an internet thing, which I thought they would like because, yeah.
did they?
The fourth one would be
I did.
Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah.
Well, this is Hal's New York Seltzer.
That's nothing. Keep going.
It could be like a photo of the Eiffel Tower, and then the tweet would be "That shit trussin'."
What?
It could be like a photo of the Eiffel Tower.
And then the last one, this is my favorite. It's a photo of Miss Frizzle wearing a strap on, and the tweet is "Sticking out my gat for the Frizzler."
What's that?
Tickets are still available for the show?
Yeah, headgum.com/jazz, GEOAZZ.
I don't think that's right.
Joel coded it so that it forwards to headgum.com/live.
No, I know, but
I mean, the whole thing
isn't
is
it-
Joel coded.
That's cool.
Isn't it GOZZ?
No, it's
There's definitely an A.
GEOAZZ, yeah. What
He's
else?
right,
What
folks.
else?
I can't believe that. I feel
Right?
like that's a little clunky. If it was me, I would have dropped the A. So
I added the A back in because it is clunky on purpose and it looks worse on a poster, which I
that's
think is
crazy.
funny.
I love working on the show,
Um,
by the way, with you.
I had something else.
Other than what? Something else in addition to
Something else?
Yeah.
Or something at all?
Exactly.
I think it's a good episode so far.
I think so.
I think my favorite part is when we figured out where the Tigers played.
Yeah.
Why do you
I like
think
that
Geoff
stadium.
has
There's a
bat
bunch of
with
tigers
him?
there.
Exactly.
This is in the New York office. Also, I just beat the shit out of Will Conover.
He's saying that live.
He came back to get some of his shit, and so I broke his knees because he owed me gambling money.
Crazy.
What else?
God, I don't know.
It's been a couple of weeks, so I think some really great episodes, right? And I am preparing for the live show, and that's more important to me right now than this episode. I apologize to the tens of thousands of listeners. But, every once in a while, you need a wax episode that ends up kind of being lukewarm to bad, just so that people are grateful for the episodes that are great.
It's crazy that tens of thousands is actually correct and not. That's the craziest part.
I mean, you guys didn't even like the fucking ranch or nah segment, so I feel like this group specifically, I feel like falls into the
I
latter
did-
category of like yep.
I read the comments for that and it was really funny because every it was like 50% people saying horrible segment, 50% people saying funniest segment ever. Worst episode ever, best episode ever. It was kind of like da.
That's good.
Really, it's hard to kind of pander to this crowd because they're so
Split and
divided,
smart,
like
I
our
would
country.
say. Yeah, guys,
We're
I
so
was just talking
divided
about-
as a nation.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what I just said.
We were talking about this on Go Touch Grass. The Glenn Powell, Sydney Sweeney rom-com, I feel like has rom-coms back on the mind and also back on the investment stage, right? In terms of film financiers. And
The one that came out a year ago?
yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm saying that in the wake of that, there have been a couple more like mid-budget rom-coms coming out. Like I just saw We Live in Time. I thought it was pretty grand.
Is it a rom-com?
What's that?
We Live in Time is a rom-com?
I think so. What do you think it is?
I haven't seen it.
Okay, well, it's a rom-com.
It seemed like Lost in Translation, sort of serious, like not less calm or
Rom-dram.
rom. Yeah, rom-dram. A rom-dram-com.
It's a story about two people falling in love and having highs and lows. I think it's a rom-com.
Is there comedy?
There's some tweeness to it. I don't know if it's funny.
Okay, that would be the
Okay,
calm
yeah.
part of comedy,
Yeah.
of rom-com.
Rom-dram then.
Would
That's
you
what
say
you
In the
said.
Mood for Love is a rom-com?
He's never seen that.
I've never seen that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to tee up a fucking interesting thing to ask, right?
Okay. Well, we're
Which
ready.
is, if you're just producing, you're not writing, you're not directing, right? Don't get too excited, China.
Look,
Basically-
you're talking to a couple film producers right here, right? in
Already
front.
getting way too excited. That's why I was about to prevent that. Your job is only for a movie that's going to have a budget of like between $20 and $40 million. Is you have to pair two actors. Who would you guys choose?
I would use whatever sort of algorithm search that all the agencies use to figure who's got the most traction online, who makes the most money, and I would say
Star meter.
this person and this
Yeah,
person.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
And
Star
that's
Meter.
who should star in the rom-com.
Okay.
Smart. Here's what I would do.
A little lack of innovation. there,
I
but
would
yeah.
kind of
Charlie
go off
D'Amelio
of-
and
go-
Anya
And Doug
Zero.
Demure, the guy who reviews cars.
The comments are just going to be Finn Wolfhard and Anya if you do that, by the way. Because they are always speaking about how we look like siblings.
Yeah, by the way, I texted Finn and I asked him if he would be on with you to see who the real Finn Wolfhard is, and that text he didn't respond to.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I would go. So everyone right now online is talking about Meryl Streep and Martin Short maybe being in love. So I would kind of like
Oh, that's
capitalize
really
off
good.
that and cast them in kind of like a older age demographic
Yeah.
rom-com, Nancy Myers.
I like that
kind
a
of
lot.
Vibe.
It could be like Nancy Myers, like Something's Gotta Give meets 50 Shades in that sort of on theme of like you're never too old to start a new hobby. It's like you're never too old to get into some like fringe kink shit.
I think that'd
so
be really funny.
Yeah,
that
it'd be
actually
like,
is a really good idea.
it's
I
Martin
think you should bleep this whole thing because we're giving this away for free, and the execs are listening. You know they're listening.
If they were
You can tell.
listening, I
You can
wouldn't be
tell by how
doing
your
this show
career is doing.
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
why
can
we need
tell
more
your
golf
star
talk here.
meter is going up.
You think as soon as we start talking about golf, this show's gonna take off within the Hollywood elite?
If we
I saw
exactly,
Scotty
Actually, that is
Scheffler this
true.
weekend.
Who is that?
Scotty Shofar?
Scotty Scheffler.
Scheffler. Who is that? We heard the name. We don't know who that is.
He's a gold medal
Digger.
winning golfer
Fine. Where did you see him?
in Austin. He's from Austin.
Can you talk faster? I feel like Marika's starting to rub off on you. Like you can just speak how you normally used to. Or are you
I
slowing
am.
down?
I wish Mark was
I'm
here.
telling you, he's from Austin. He's a professional golfer.
Yeah, you went to Austin to see a UT Austin game with your brother. You want to talk about it? Is that what your
Correct.
fucking segue? You're teeing me up to segue you?
And they introduced Olympic winning.
Faster! For the love of Christ! When Marika's not on the show, it's like a respite for the audience, right? From
No,
this.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Me
So
either,
this guy
though.
won 2 Masters in 2022 and most recently in 2024. And the university honored their Olympians during halftime of this football game. And it included one Kevin Durant, and it included one Scotty Scheffler, who won the gold in the most recent Olympic Games for golfing, which I didn't even realize golfing was an Olympic event.
I don't like that. They got to get rid of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Hasn't affected your life, Casey. You didn't even know it was happening. So let them have it.
Golf or the Olympics?
You didn't know that golf was at the Olympics. So
I did.
oh.
I love watching the Olympics, and I think they got to bring baseball back to the Olympics.
Baseball's not in it, but golf is. That is crazy. Even
Yeah.
I could admit that.
Thank you.
Do you watch the World Baseball Classic?
I love the World Baseball Classic.
So you got the Olympic vibes in that tournament.
Yeah. But, you also get the World Cup, but soccer's also in the Olympics.
Yeah, but with
I
soccer,
can
it's
have
like
it all,
under
can't I?
21 or something.
Like the players are under 21?
Yeah, there's some like wrinkle with soccer where it can't be like the best players in the world. Maybe no
No, it
professional.
was, I know the women's national team was like the U.S. women's national team. Like all the usual
Yeah.
suspects were there.
Yeah, Olympic soccer rules.
Recently learned about the new.
Welcome to Dissect That Dish.
Yeah, so men's Olympic soccer is under 23, which is to mitigate the competition for the FIFA World Cup.
Amir,
Okay.
Marika, Riley, and I have a group chat called Find Your Bench, which is a text thread where we just send things that we find in the world that kind of look like Jake and Amir Headgum comedy bits, I feel like. Things that make us laugh because they're off as hell.
For example,
I was on a subway platform yesterday. I sent this to the group chat. It's a musical. It was an ad for a musical called Empire, which was and it said based on a true building. It's a musical about the Empire State Building. Here's a couple choice things as well. Amir sent a photo of 2 street signs at an intersection. He was at the intersection of 6th and Onion.
That feels pointed at me, but okay, keep going.
I forgot Anya lives on 6th and Onion.
Marika
you're
was at
doxing
the
me.
airport. She was at a SIBO Express, and there was an entire category of the menu that said mixed and enrobed nuts. Marika sent another one that said the Princeton Shuttle, in parentheses, I guess this is a nickname for the tram, dinky service remains suspended in both directions. I sent one. It was an Instagram targeted ad that I got from a place called Fancy for Life, and it said, "Did you know you would have to eat 5 apples today to get the same nutritional value as an apple from 1950?" And then the caption says, "Can't say this as a scientific fact, but we can definitely say it's not far-fetched." To which Amir said, "Not true, but kind of cool." And then the last one that I'll share is Marika sent a cover of a children's book called My Gunkle and Me. So this is,
Is that gay uncle?
I'm pretty sure, either that or
Yeah.
Good Uncle. Gunkle and Me. So this is a segment loosely based on that group chat. It's called Dissect That Dish. I went out to a nice dinner the other night in Fort Greene at this
Yeah, we can
place
see
called
the prices.
Third Falcon.
Pretty nice.
This menu
All right.
read to me like something that we would send in Find Your Bench. All right, here we go. We can go, if not item by item, the first things that jump out at us. Under the appetizer hors d'oeuvres section of the menu, the first thing is, in sarcastic air quotes, seemingly, instead of olives. So what
that's
is
a
it
menu item?
instead?
I
Did you-
assumed this was you ordered something and the waiter put this in because it was supposed to be olives, but then you're like, can I get something instead of olives? And you're like, okay. And then
Yeah, that's if you
gave this
don't want
to
them
you
to
on the
bring
receipt.
olives to the table, and it is $8 for that service charge. No, okay. I did
Instead of
inquire.
Okay.
I said, yeah. I by the way, as soon as I saw the menu, I couldn't. Like, I started laughing, and I was like trying not to be rude, and I couldn't stop laughing. I was able to contain myself, and I was like, yeah. So when it says instead of olives, there's no descriptions on this menu. What is it? And the person replied with the same cadence, grapes.
No.
I was like,
No.
I'm not an idiot for not knowing it was fruit.
Yeah. Putting instead of olives there is kind of like when you said, I actually have something else I wanted to do. on the show today."
Okay. Welk. What do we think Welk is? Nobody Google it, and if you know what it is, don't say.
I'm gonna
Taking
guess
guesses.
some
Oh, I
kind
know
of
what it is.
green.
I know what it is.
Don't say it then. Casey, what do you think? Sorry,
why
China.
are you
Some
being
kinda-
so
some
mean?
kinda
You're literally,
green.
I'm going to log off.
Casey?
Anya.
No, Anya knows what it is. So I'm
no,
saying
I
want
can't play because I know.
Okay. Okay, you can make a guess as a joke, but I
Some
just don't
kind
want...
of green.
Remember you said that, Lucky.
Well,
That's what I think it is. I think it's ordering milk when you didn't want to. It's like, well, I guess I'll get the milk. Anya, what's your joke guess?
I don't have a joke guess.
Okay.
You want my real guess?
Yes.
It's like a type of snail.
It's a sea snail.
Yeah.
It's like escargot.
You guys should get
instead
out
of
more.
olives,
Yeah, that's good.
everything is instead of olives.
All right. The
That's
next
a
one that
great
jumped
point,
out to
Amir.
me. Then you can actually get the sole, which was the most expensive thing on the menu, for the price of $8 if you just order it instead of olives. It's actually a way to hack the menu.
Can I get the
Cured-
instead of olives instead of olives?
The cured fluke, which I know fluke is a fish, but I thought it was funny because it kind of seems like you like preserved salmon like as a mistake. Yeah, I was trying to grill the bitch, but it ended up being cured on accident. It was a fluke.
That's really good.
This one fucking got me immediately. Greens of the moment.
It was the
Okay.
greens of the
The
moment.
moment.
Telling me
Um,
what to eat now.
We got the greens of the moment. I don't remember what it was though.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
'cause
changed
that's-
since then.
Well,
Yeah, since
of the
then it's
moment
different
means
for
like
sure.
it only exists ephemerally, kind of in that moment. And then
Yeah,
it's
in that
for you
way,
as well.
in that way, and then
I
that
think
way,
I would
comedy
guess
doesn't
hour
have-
by hour.
Yeah.
We're
Soup
giving
of the day?
different
No,
greens,
greens
to different
of the
tables.
moment. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, bond of the week. No, greens of the moment.
That's a good
Actually-
segment. That's good.
Greens of the moment. What do you guys have? What do you guys think is the green of the moment? Let's start with
I'll
Amir.
go Sean Green, who pitched the opening pitch at the Dodger game I went to.
Pretty
Jewish
good.
Dodger legend. Once hit 4
Lean,
home runs in a single game.
Mean and green. That's Sean. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck this. And let's just move on to China. China Casey's sounds like a great dive bar. So I don't know why people start to get upset with me.
Are you spelling China with a Y or an I?
I.
Okay.
But not where you think. China.
Casey,
For me,
what's
the green
what's
of
your
the
green of the
moment?
moment?
It's the green of every moment, the almighty dollar, baby.
Okay.
Wow.
See, we're getting creative. We're having a ton of fun. Anya, what's your green of the moment?
I'm going to go classic. I'm going to go return to form. I'm going to talk about actual greens. A little spicy mustard green.
Okay. Kind of.
Is there like a delay or?
There was.
feel like-
Your
I
internet
feel like
is
nothing-
terrible.
I know. I feel like nothing has been landing for me today because of this.
You should have seen me in the Go
that
Touch
was that-
Grass.
I didn't know that
record.
was supposed
You
to be a
should have
joke.
seen me in the Go Touch
Wasn't
Grass
that
record.
wasn't that in person? So there's no delay that you could have really blamed.
I
it
didn't
on.
say there was a delay. I just said that I lost the room, and I don't know if I
Oh.
ever even had them really.
Mhm.
It's a bummer.
I would say my green of the moment is the shade of the New York studio. I think that I don't know who threw that together, but I think it's a really nice bluish hunter. Which we could have taken a little bit of inspiration from that when we were like outfitting Studio G. It could have been more of like a chine green. It could have been more like a cola or even a China Casey red, which is
I feel like
the
your green of every moment is envy because you don't get to decide any of these things.
Oh my
God.
Oh my god. What was
I
the episode
just-
We got
recently
there.
where
We
Anya
got-
zung you as the ending joke?
Yeah, I was just like this, that, and the other, right? And Anya was like, right. I thought that was really funny. Yeah. All right.
God.
October
I didn't mean to
28th,
really.
Monday,
Okay.
October 28th, headgum.com/live. Headgum podcast live at Littlefield in Brooklyn. We really have put a lot of work into this show. I think it's going to be really fun, and we aren't going to be recording it. So be there or don't. But just know that you're going to be missing it. And I would also recommend getting your tickets in advance. Don't bank on there being tickets at the door. There might be, there might not. We don't know. We don't know how the next couple, but there's not that many tickets left. So get them now and be there or not. China, what do you got?
No, I have one thing to say.
Anya has
I,
something.
I do think we're recording audio. We're might not be releasing it. We don't know yet. We're definitely not recording video. I just want to say that because if we end up releasing it later, they're going to be mad at you for trying to sell them tickets under a false pretext.
Okay. I just thought it would get more asses and seats and cash in your ass's seat.
We don't even need help. It's almost sold out. So, like, if you want to be there, be there. If you don't,
I
that's
also
on you.
didn't know we were recording audio. I thought,
I think we are.
okay.
What I'm saying is, like, nobody come for us if there ends up being a recording, but you should be there in person because there's gonna be like audience participation stuff. There's gonna be some cool surprises, special guests.
Yep.
Casey seems concerned, but that is happening.
Oh, I'm not concerned.
Amir, what do you got?
That wasn't my
I'm
point,
recording the live show next week, so come on down. It'll be fun.
That's cool.
Excited to record that.
but- Are you gonna be in
Casey?
New York for the show? Oh, No.
Casey?
Anya asked a question.
Yeah, and he didn't respond because everything goes over his head these days.
Not really.
Every
You said
time we record
Casey,
this
so-
shit, his mind is like on a fucking tennis court with like going to play with like your buddy Jesse or whatever the fuck.
I
You're
don't
never
think so,
present.
Jesse.
Your problem is that you're not present. Let's continue with Anya's plug.
That might be
Yeah.
true, but I don't play tennis with him.
That's not even the part I want you to agree with. I want you to agree that you play with tennis with Jesse.
I played tennis with Cohen, quite frankly.
Okay.
That was awful.
Anya.
How did you sit on that for almost an hour before using it?
Anya.
What?
Plugs.
What
Come
was
on.
that? Have you ever used that sound before?
No, it's a debut. This is a world premiere.
The morning after new show with Lamore and Morris on Headgum, which is cool and exciting.
Yeah. We just got to get Max Greenfield a show, and then we got all the new
Don't
girl
worry
guys.
about that. Oh, yes. We're working on it, of course.
Tell him the guy who
Listen-
played the guy who fell off of a hoverboard on the Neighborhood season 5 episode 18 has a show on the network.
As always, you can Venmo me at Anya Konevskaya for doing the show if you like it and putting up with our friend Geoff. I also found this. You should listen to the Love Motel. You can call us at 857.
If you're showing us
Dial
something, we can't
love.
see it.
It's okay.
Why?
I'm gonna. There's
Just
not.
cut that.
Yeah, there's
Fuck
a huge
it.
chance we
Whatever.
don't even end up seeing
Fuck
the
it.
plugs.
It's fine. Whatever.
No, come on.
It's fine.
Why don't you text it
Casey?
to me and I'll show it?
Casey?
Hey, you can check me out on
Physically, I'm gonna be on display on a Cam Boy
on
site.
display at the Headgum Live show. No, my plugs are CaseyMakesMovies.com. Go there, watch some movies that I made. And I'd also love to plug the 2024 Mets. They had a great run. It was a lot of fun. My dad's a lifelong Mets fan. I was kind of really hoping they would go all the way for him. They didn't. So I'm back to the Dodgers. I'd like to plug Shohei Ohtani. I would love to plug Kike Hernandez. I would love to plug Mookie Betts. Bring it home, boys. Fuck the Yankees. The Yankees should never win a World Series for 100 years.
And then they should win 4.
That was a Headgum original.